So what are you working on now?
Right now, I'm actually working on something a little different. I decided to do a sword and sorcery story, just for the heck of it, because I wanted to. What a concept!
Nice.
And it's gotten kind of untidy. It's now at 13,000 words, and nothing is resolved, and it's beginning to look kind of, well, I think I'm going to serialize the thing online.
Got it.
And then I've got more foreigner books that I'm going to do. I do enjoy those. Those are fun. I enjoy the characters, and there's more to tell, so I'll be doing that next. I'll probably do a follower to Regenesis. I believe we had a shipload of people that were as yet unaccounted for.
Okay. Eitan, any more questions for CJ Cherryh?
Coach, when you do your sword and sorcery, is it just fantastic magic? Or is there a particular school, is there a particular set of rules that you follow when you try to do it? Or do you just have fun and let it, it's magic?
I vary it according to the book. In Rusalka, I used the ancient creatures, the Vadyanoi, the Leshies, and so on. And so they're magical, and magic works for our young wizard because he always gets what he wishes for, which terrifies him. He has to wish for good things and safe things and small things until he meets an adventurer with grandiose ideas, and it's sort of a powder keg of a mix.
What's the old joke? If you get 3 wishes from a genie, what's your first wish should always be? My other 2 wishes be what I want.
Richard, we've been signing off, but you always have a question. I
do have another question.
What is your question?
My question is, in your keynote address, CJ, you alluded to the fact that you had great distaste for people who idealized history. That, you know, back then people burned a hell of a lot of charcoal and created smoke, and when we think it was all pristine and nice, we should really not think that way. And you want to talk about that for 2 seconds?
Well, yes. The value of history is learning from it. And it doesn't help you much if you believe that everything was once perfect and now it's not, and it's all our fault. We've done some pretty good things on this planet. There are a lot of us. There are probably more of us than there should be, but that was bound to happen sooner or later. I personally think that having an accurate understanding of what we did to the environment in the ancient world is valuable, particularly right now. We weren't always wise. We've managed to get ourselves out of scrapes, and I think you build a positive attitude if you believe that your ancestors actually did make mistakes but figured out how to cure them. And it gives us the notion that, you know, we should work on our problems and quit folding our hands and blaming ourselves.
My father had a library, and I would just grab one of my favorite books in my father's library was a book called The Good Old Days They Were Terrible. Yeah. Which you just read, and it just showed you how you look through those wonderful days in the past, and it let you know every single problem. You look around and you go, you know, even though it was the 70s and we had inflation and oil shocks and all these things, you were still going, okay. It's pretty good.
CJ Cherryh, thank you so much for being on NeverEndingPanel.com. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Hey, Tom.
Good to meet you.